Hello guys, and welcome to Season 2 of the Penny Podcast. I'm Andrés. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm the Coppell student media web producer.
I'm Alishba Javaid. I'm in 12th grade as well, and I'm a staff writer and videographer.
If this is your first time tuning in, the Penny Podcast is a weekly podcast that incorporates entertainment and interview elements.
This week, our CSM highlight goes to Lacia Chanta for our article, A Minute to Fame, TikTok Resurrecting Old Style in New Setting, published under our Arts and Entertainment section. I'll recite the opening to her article. I got muscles like Superman's trainer. Without skipping a beat, someone finishes the song with real, rare like Super Sign Mega. In 2017, a lip-syncing app known as Musical.ly rebranded to form TikTok, a social media video app. However, only recently has TikTok transformed from a lip-syncing platform to one with content varying from comedy to dance routines. To read the rest of Achanta's piece, head over to coppellstudentmedia.com.
This week on One Shot, Coldplay is set to release its 8th studio album, Everyday Life, through Parlophone Records on November 22nd. After the glitzy and vibrant A Head Full of Dreams, it is apparent from the recent singles that Everyday Life will feature a darker sound. To me, the singles sound as sonically full as tracks off of Viva La Vida, but structurally modern with a heavy leaning towards pop rock. Alishba, are you looking forward to any upcoming albums?
Not at the moment. I'm listening to old music right now.
I feel you. Now, on to the main show. What is your full name, grade, and favorite color?
My name is Tyler Rose. I'm in 12th grade, and my favorite color is going to have to be green.
Okay. Same here.
Awesome.
Explain your background with religion and how it has positively impacted your life.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, although many people know it as Mormon, and I've been Mormon all my life. We go to church every single week, and high schoolers go to church every morning.
Wow.
And with a couple sessions, we have one at like 5:30, we have another one at like 6:30. So every morning we're there learning, and so far I love it. So
it's good. How's it like going to church every morning?
You know what? It's a struggle, but now that I've been doing it for my 4th year now, it's had like structure to my life, just knowing like every morning I have to do this, and it's been nice just like been doing that all the time, so it's awesome.
Nice. How would you describe your relationship with your faith?
Right now it's really strong, although in the past I've like had struggles, but now that I've overcome those struggles, like I know for myself about the things that I believe now, so.
It's nice.
And what do you think how religious organizations like churches can give back to the community?
Like all of them, or like mine specifically?
Yours specifically.
Okay, so mine, we have a couple websites that the church like funds, and basically any charity or organization can go on there and like put a like help sign basically, and members or really just anybody like willing to volunteer can go on the website and see where all the needs are. So whenever like Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, they had like thousands of spots that were needed down there at that time, and I got to go down, and yeah, so they're really proactive in charity and all that.
Yeah, so it acts like as a middleman almost to get the community out there to help people?
Yeah, for sure.
That's good. What is a mission trip? What type of work would you do on a mission trip?
So a mission trip, that is a 2-year-long calling in the church, and basically how it works is before your 18th birthday, that's when the guys can go. So guys can go on the mission whenever they turn 18, and girls can go whenever they turn 19. And once you decide that you want to go, then you put in your papers, which is basically like you telling church leaders like what you do, and they will find your strengths, and then they'll put you somewhere in the world where you'll fit best. And so it's really cool because you have no idea where you're going to go until like a couple weeks before you actually leave on the mission. Uh-huh. And so it's a huge turnaround, and and then after that you'll get sent to a training center, and they'll train you in the language, the culture, and then some of the things that you need to teach while you're on your mission. And after about a month and a half, depending on how hard the language is, they'll send you out, and you're in the field just preaching and preaching the gospel for, I don't know, about like a year and like 8 months. You're out there the entire time, and so
That's interesting.
So are you 18 currently, or are you going to be 18 soon?
I'm going to be 18 in April, and so I hope to put in my papers next spring, and then I'll leave during the summertime. And you put in your papers 4 months before you can leave on our mission. So
So that's when everything starts.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so why do you want to go on a mission trip, and what do you hope to gain from the experience?
So I think it all started with like me just like looking up to all my youth leaders here in Coppell, and they all went on missions, and I heard their stories of how it impacted them and how much they grew on their mission. And so over time, like that just became more interesting to me. And now that I actually believe in like the church and like the stuff that it teaches, I want to go. And this is something that like we believe the Lord has like asked us to do. And so it's more like a responsibility to go out on our mission. And so now that I know that's true and actually believe it, then I'm willing to go on a mission. And that's how most people act too.
Nice. How do the missions go about spreading Mormon beliefs in undeveloped towns?
So in underdeveloped towns, so yeah, most missions, they are categorized in like areas, so they won't have like Texas. Like Texas is split up into 3 different missions because it's so big. And so, yeah, the entire time you're going from city to like the middle of nowhere, and it's just farmland. And they approach both the same way. They basically just go door to door, or they ask for members for like recommendations on who to go preach to. And yeah, they'll like ride their bikes or car depending on the mission, and they'll just go preach like any other place. So really underdeveloped and like a city is like they preach the same way.
It's the same way. Okay.
What are some of the aspects about mission trip that you find difficult?
So the hardest part is some of the rules that you have on there. So like you can't have much interaction with the opposite sex. So girls and guys have the same rules, and you can't be in a relationship. There's just a lot of rules, I guess, are difficult. And another thing that I'll find difficult, I think, is going to a whole new culture without your parents, without anybody. You don't have a phone. Like, it's completely different than how it is now. And up until recently, you could only contact your friends and family twice a year. But now you can do it on a weekly basis. So I think that's a little bit easier. But still, like, just the culture shift and all that is crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Once you go on these missionary trips, would you feel homesick?
Yeah, actually a lot of missionaries feel homesick. And from what I've heard and my friends, what they've done on their missions is they talk to the leaders that are in charge of them on their mission, and they talk to their companion. And so basically a companion is with you all the time, and you'll switch out companions every like 2 or 3 months. And so they sleep in the same room as you. They are always like walking together. You guys eat breakfast. You guys work out together. Like you're always with them. And so they usually just like talk it over. And since they're always with each other, like that builds a relationship that like is really positive. And so missionaries will at points on their mission be homesick, but just that relationship, I guess.
Yeah, so you're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone.
That's good. Why do you think it's important to spread your faith to different places around the world? And what kind of impact do you want to have on others?
Yeah, so the reason that I would like want to go out on a mission is just so that people just like know what I believe in. Like just over the years, me sharing like what I believe in with my friends, like they became interested after I shared with them like what I believe. And so that's really what I think this is. Like so many people don't even like know about the church. Like a lot of cultures in Asia, like they don't even like, well, not a lot, but some of them, like they don't even know like what God is. Or like one being, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I think the whole point is just to like put the word out there and try to convert as many people as possible, because like I believe that what we teach like actually like changes lives. And so I just want more people to experience that.
So it's like saying like, hey, we're here. That's good.
How have you seen, like, you said change lives, have you seen that impact on people who've converted?
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
so we on my street, we just had our neighbors convert, and they're this awesome Indian family. They're freaking amazing. And so just like over time, I saw like the family struggle a little bit at the very beginning, and then over time I as they begin to like rely on something, I guess I can't really find another word. Rely on something that's like strong and like is through the church. I saw their lives just have, like the word I said before, structure, and it's not as like in flux as it was before. Like their lives are just so much better now. So
yeah, that's how I think it's beautiful to have like a moral code to live behind, like a church to live behind.
yeah.
It makes you a better person, I think so.
Also, when you're preaching, how do you find the line between being too pushy if they already have their own religion, but also introducing your religion? Do you think that's so difficult?
Yeah, so I'm in training right now to go on a mission, although I don't like fully understand everything. Like, to the best of my knowledge, you have to be very polite. Like, whenever you knock on a door, you don't walk inside. Like, you have to basically make them ask you to come inside. Like, you like tell them like why you're there and whatnot, and then they're like, yeah, come inside. And so you just try to be as respectful of their house and them as much as possible. So
Special thanks to our guest Tyler and my co-host Alishba. Thank you all for joining us in the 30th episode of the Penny Podcast. Links to the material we mentioned today can be found below, and see y'all next week. Awesome.